What do you mean without music play one game? I don't get it. Do you not hear the music? You can't hear the music? Josh, good. You can't hear it. Okay, that's super strange. Can you hear it now? Can anyone else not hear the music? Now you hear it. Okay. Cool. All right. Great. All right. Numinex, my friend. Good day. All right. Cool. How are you guys doing? How's life? I have no idea. Haven't figured it out. Let me go to production, see. Yeah, well, we still haven't, it seems we still haven't finished this stuff up, did we? Is there something we didn't push yet? I think there is, right? There are a few things. Okay, let's push some of the stuff from the last time first. Yeah, right? Yeah. Let's just push this first, and then we're gonna do something. Let's create a meetup. Yeah, right? So we'll just push the stuff we couldn't push last time. Yeah, right? Yep. Good day, everybody. Let me just push this because last time I streamed, what was it, a day or two ago, Circle CI had some issues with the infrastructure, so I think we couldn't do this. Give me a sec. So let's go to Cloudflare pages. Marulo, good day, buddy. Hi, everybody. Let me just try logging in there. Cloudflare service. Oh, they still have issues. What the hell, man? Ooh. Okay, it's almost like. Have I ever wrote automated tests? Well, all tests are automated. You need to be more specific, right? Yeah, there's something wrong. Yeah. There's something wrong. I mean, if you remember 2 days ago when I streamed, or a day ago when I streamed, they also had issues. So I wonder if we can even deploy things now, right? As you can see, yeah, we probably can't even log in at this point, right? Leo, my friend, good day. Okay, so we can in fact log in, but I can see, yeah, they're having a lot of issues. Yeah, let's try going to Cloudflare pages. Yeah, well, I mean, again, depends what it is that you want to test, right? Again, like, if you can provide me more, like, what are you want to test? Components, APIs, business logic, right? I have not, Leo, no. Okay, so actually it did deploy, yeah. It did deploy, give me a second. So maybe it should be fine. Let's wait to see if our service worker is gonna actually automatically. Okay, so I can see that it actually did restart now, and if I go to articles, yeah. So this is what we did last time, right? Bookmarks, courses, to create a new course, meetups, organize a meetup, right, and stuff like that. You want to test the behavior of... No, but I mean, I get that. I get that you want to write tests, but you need to be more specific. You cannot say we want to test our app. I don't know what is your app, right? I don't know what your app is. I don't know. You need, right? You want to test what exactly, right? Your front end, your back end, your infrastructure, what it is that you want to test, right? You need to be more specific, because you cannot, you know, when you tell me we want to write tests, okay, but what tests, right? What parts of the system that you want to test? So it's still very theoretical, right? You need to be more specific, so I can tell you, right? All right. We're testing that any given feature lives up to what it promises. Sorry, man, that's not sufficient, right? Are you writing unit tests? Are you writing end-to-end tests? Are you writing integration tests, right? Yeah, but you're not. You're giving me a response out of the book. I'm not asking you what testing is. I'm asking you what it is that you want to test. What exactly has to live to your promise, right? That's very theoretical what you're saying. I'm asking, give me an example of tests that you have now or things that you would like to test. You understand what I mean? You're giving me kind of out of the university book a theory about what tests are supposed to do. That's not my question. I'm asking you give me an example of what this is that you want to test, right? You cannot say application, right? What is an application, right? So that's right. But if you want to write tests, absolutely write tests. I mean, writing tests is great, right? It's just what type of tests, right? Do you want to test individual functions, units? Do you want to test end-to-end things? So, right? What structured learning paths or resources would you recommend for mastering coding? There's no such thing resource. There's no such resource, doesn't exist. You have to build things in order to learn. So there's no such resource that's going to make you master coding. Coding is mastered by building, not by doing courses. Chica, my friend, good day. All right, so let me see what I want to do. So that's good. Yeah, that's end-to-end test, and that's the front-end test, right? You would have to set...
Basement dweller alert. Welcome Quoty _ 2203.
You would have to set up end-to-end tests for that, like Selenium or something like that, right? Yeah. Thank you for the follow. I just automated things so I don't have to... Could you suggest comprehensive roadmap, a learning plan? I cannot, no. You can do that on Google in 2 seconds. What was that? It was a new thing that I built, just alerts. It was an alert. All right, so let's see what we do today. So what it is that we want to do today, Fox? So we have this, right? Let me just figure out what it is that we want to do today. Meetups, bookmarks, articles. Okay, so let's just do a bit of stuff in here first, and then so because yeah. So somebody's asking questions on YouTube, right? I'm not gonna answer questions. Just keep in mind, to anyone that you can Google in 2 seconds, right? So don't ask me stupid stuff, please. because I don't have time to waste other people's time, right? How do I learn programming? Don't ask me that shit, okay? Seriously, like, if you ask me that, then how is that stupid? You're asking me how to learn to program. Dude, go to YouTube and type that question and you get 7 billion answers. It's like, I cannot answer preschool type of questions, right? If you have specific thing that you need help with, I'm happy to help you. I'm not gonna waste, I don't know how many people have joined people's time telling you how do I get a job, right? Which answer is the right one? The right answer is, as I told you, you have to build things. And once you build up your skills, you will get a job. Until you have the sufficient skills, you will not get a job. That's as simple as that. So if you don't have a job as a programmer, you're either very junior and you need to keep applying, or your skills are not sufficient. Just like in any other industry, there isn't secret about that, right? But I want to get high paid. I graduated from, who gives a shit if you graduated from university, man? Like, nobody's gonna give you a job because you graduated from university. You either can code or not, and if you can code, you can get a job, right? I cannot review your resume, no. And if you keep spamming chat, I'll ban you immediately, so please, just stop. Alright, so guys, let's see what we do. Organize an event, let's see. Okay. Alrighty. So going back here, let's see. Algorithms, Algeria. So we'll need to review this, what we did with an image, right? With the cover image. See if that still works. Yep, that's great. Beautiful. Yeah, super. Yeah, basically. Okay, so let's so what we're gonna do, I think today we need to move the meetup stuff to like editing and stuff of the meetups to the actual dashboard, right? So let's kind of start there today. Give me just 1 second. Let me just ban this idiot from YouTube. Give me 1 sec. How do I do that? How do I ban him? Ah, beautiful. Can I just like ban him here? Hide user in this channel. Beautiful. Is that ban? Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay, banned. Let's go. Alrighty, so let's do that. You need a mod on YouTube? Yeah, it would be great, Chica. If somebody need, how can I like? Yeah, Chica, that would be great actually. Can you like watch there or whatever? How do I do that? Wait, because you know I recently started actually streaming on YouTube, right? So how do I? Awesome, dude. Okay, give me a second. Chica, are you there, Chica, on YouTube now? Can I give you a Here's the dad again. The dev dad. He's done with his stream.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome Udiki.
Yeah, it's the dev dad. Chica is there. Okay, let me just give him a mod. Add as moderator. There you go, buddy. Thank you so much. Yeah, DevDad is awesome. DevDad is awesome. He's a cool guy. Super cool guy. All right, super. So let's continue now. Let's continue now. So let's move this logic right from the course, it's from the meetup itself, from the front facing thing. Let's move it to the dashboard, right? So this sort of editing stuff, all of it we're centralizing inside of the dashboard, right? So let's keep doing that. So yeah, let's get it over here. Let's say meets a form. And meet a form, yeah, exactly, right? So this is something we want to move to the dashboard, right? DevDad, I indeed don't. It's just Saturday, right? So I stream in the evening, you know, I live in Copenhagen. So it's, yeah, you're absolutely right. But it's Saturday, my wife took my kid to with some friends to some playground, and I just decided to do it now.
Welcome, Tommy Lugo.
All right, so let's kind of move this stuff. Can you ban that idiot from YouTube again? Just keep banning those morons, okay? Chica, feel free to just remove them. YouTube seems to be having a bunch of pretty terrible people there, if you ask me. Okay, let's get over here. Yeah, so what we're gonna do basically, if we go here. Yeah. Meet a form. So we'll need to kind of, yeah, we'll need to move this stuff to the dashboard, right? So let's do it with this. So this would be this would be editing, right? So we already have the meetup form itself. Is this the meetup form? Is this the event? Yeah, I guess, yeah. The meetup in here. Fireball, hey there. I'm a junior dev. I chose ASP.NET Core for the backend, but all jobs are for seniors in the tech stack. Should I switch to MERN? No, it's not true that all jobs are there. You just have to keep applying and keep looking. It's not true, right? ASP.NET is pretty good. All right, so guys, I need to focus now a bit because there's a lot of noise. So please post your questions and I'll answer them very quickly. Let's just do some work. Last stream I was pretty much answering questions for 2 hours, and then so we didn't do any work. Meetup, so we need to code, right? So editing the meetup. So if we go to this new dashboard that we've built or rebuilt, meetups, right? So here we need a edit, but yeah, okay, let's do it. So if we get over here, dashboard list view, then I suppose, yeah, we're gonna have this bad boy here, right? Yes, item actions on item edit. On item edit, props, and then we have the meetup item, right? Yes. Yeah, so basically, yeah, we need to do both of those, right? Yeah, so instead of actually passing them from there, let's do it like this. So let's say const on item edit, right? So let's just create a lambda function here, and then on item delete, right? And yeah, let's pretty much do something like this, right? So we're gonna say item, then console log item, right? So now if we are actually here, yeah, so those two icons should appear, right? And then we do this and this, so that's great, right? So now, obviously, yeah. So what we could do with some of those forms now, because we're kind of drastically changing the way that we use them, right? So you can see here this meetup form, which we actually have to open now. It would be nice that it also uses HTML5 history state, meaning that if we now
Basement dweller alert. Welcome
Yeah.
accounting_doc.
So if we basically, click on this thing or this thing, we could carry over the state, right? The history state, right? And I think we can do that, right? So let's do it. So item edit, right? So what we want to do, we can pass the state to this navigate, right? And then we can do this, right? So now technically, if we would go to that form, we could check if there is a state, right? So if we get to where is it? Manage meetups, blah blah blah. And then also we want to nuke this fella, right, from here, and then we want to get rid of that and that, I suppose. Wait, what did I remove? Yeah, actually, so this, yeah, something like that. Well, I suppose we don't need that anymore, right? And then handle edit meetup. So yeah, so we'll grab this, and then we do this, then we do this, right? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see now in a moment, right? We need to rethink this a bit, but yeah, so we'll move this fella over here. I'm not like fully happy with it, right? But it's gonna be fine. Set is pending updates. So we'll clean this up a bit. If updated slug is not this, replace. So I'll actually, you know what? I'll comment this thing out. This as well. So actually, let's just leave this service call in here, and then we'll write this from scratch, right?
Basement dweller alert. Welcome mini bonker 37.
Edit meetup, yeah. Handle edit meetup, yeah. Thank you for the follows. All right, meetup ID form, right? So I suppose here we're gonna actually have the ID, right? We'll see that in a moment, right?
Basement dweller alert. Welcome Gurga 1337.
So yeah, so if we would actually, shit. What is it complaining about now? Format, what? Handle edit needed. Okay, that's strange. All right, where's the meetups? Over here, right? So clicking that is, yeah, so it's taking us to the wrong place now. Is it not? Let's see. Yeah, it is. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Why? Navigate to me now. Yeah, that's the problem, right? So that's not where we want to go. And create meetup, blah blah blah. Let's see. You will refactor all of this, right? You need to be more specific. I'm not sure what does it mean, all of this, but yeah. An item edit. Manage meetup, right? So that's what we want, right? Yeah, right. And what would that solve? What is this? Is this a loss to you? Is this what you're? Is this what you're talking about? So why would the looping over it solve it? Can you elaborate that? So why would looping over an array of objects solve this? Tell me. All right. Until he says that, let's go back here. Courses, meetups. Let's see now. Almost okay. So yeah, beautiful. All right, cool. And now I guess we do have the state there, but yeah, that's now, so we'll see in a second, right? So if we go to manage meetup form, yeah. Yeah, I think I think it's good. I think it's great. Give me 1 second. Right, yeah. It's not a matter of question, can we or can we not do certain things? The question is why. That was my question. So how would turning this into a list of objects make it simpler? That's the question, right? Ah, shit, that's... All right, great. So here it is. And actually, in fact, we do pass in the state. That's super nice. Great. Well, I mean, there is, in many cases, there is a benefit of defining your routes as an array of objects, as a structure, right? But that's not, again, that depends on the context and how many routes you have and how generic it is. So of course that in most cases you declaratively want to define anything. If you have a sidebar menu, if you have a navigation bar, you always, in most cases actually, you want to define them as a structure array of objects. But there are certain exceptions to that, right? When things are not so generic, and then when you have to make the schema or of your objects like very hacky, right? In this case of mine, not really, because the list is very short and it's unclear yet because we're in the middle of refactor how that list is gonna end, right? So the question is why, right? The question is always why. So unless you can provide why, then there's no point suggesting, right? So here we have the location now, which is gonna be this data, right? So this meetup form is not actually going to take any data, right? So we're going to get rid of that data, right? And we can just ask, hey, if there's location.meetup, right? So we have the HTML5 history state. So we have location.state.meetup, right, instead. So, so pretty much that's what we want to ask, right? So what we could technically do, right? We could say const actually, if we just name this like this, it's meetup and then data. If we alias it, right? Then if we print the data here instead, let's see what we actually gonna get if we actually get anything, right? Meetups. So it doesn't seem to be liking it right now. Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, that's good for the most part. Awesome. So let's see what's happening. What is it? What is it complaining about? Meetup form. Yes, cannot read properly undefined reading value. Okay, meetup form can't read value somewhere. Form.state.tags.value. Okay. I see. Okay. Great, beautiful. Yeah, so we are indeed actually missing tags here for some reason, right? That's a little bit awkward. And I think that's what it's really complaining about, right? Was it not, right? Yeah, form state tags value, right? Rebecca, my friend, good day. How are you doing? Need a form, yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, just cleaning up some stuff from the previous streams and stuff like that. If I actually go to the API, right? Let me take a look at one thing. Where is the get meetup, right? Let's go to the meetup controller here, or to the router, right? So this is courses. Let's go meetups, router. Get meetup. Or actually, let's go to our Swagger, right? Very quickly. So let's open up the Swagger. Can you ban that idiot as well from YouTube, please? Thanks. Meetup. Yeah, it's this one, right? So do we in fact return tags? We actually do, right? If that was the one, right? Yep. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So what happened then with this HTML5 history state? I see. Wait a minute. So if we go to if we go back to the dashboard, right? If we go to those meetups, let's actually see what this. We're most likely not doing a left join on the right. Yeah, man, just build things, right? Talking is useless. Anyone can talk, right? Exactly. Okay. So yeah, so we're basically, yeah, so this is why. Okay, so that's kind of the bug, not the bug, but rather we need to extend it, right? So let's go back. Let's go. Get me. Yeah, I think it's get meetups, right? Get meetups. Get meetups. Yeah. So yeah, but we are actually doing a join, so it's a little bit awkward. Ah, I know what it is, right? Blah blah blah. Let's get over here. Yeah, I see. That's a little bit strange, right? Meetups response schema. Yeah. So if we take a look at the Swagger now, right? So we go to meetups, right? Yeah, the tags are actually there, so they are there now at least. So let's try refreshing here. And we also need to make sure that this router preserves the state, right? So if we go here. Yeah, that's awkward. They're still not there. Oh yeah, this is a shit. Isn't this like a different endpoint?
Welcome, Gladius.
Thank you very much for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. So what is this? This is user meetups. I see. That's the problem. User meetups, right? Yeah. So that is indeed the problem. Response, meetup response schema, and that's fine, but I'm sure that we're not actually doing a join in here, right? So that most likely is the problem. Yep. So here we need to do a left join on the tags, right? So model.tags and tags, right? Because if we go get meetups as well, right? Yeah, so actually we're gonna do pretty much the same thing in here. Let's see. Yeah. Zero Spam TV, good day, man. Good, man. How are you? How's life? Okay. Value is required. So let's see, are we actually get where statement? Are we actually returning what I think we're meetup response schema array? Just about to go out. Got it, man. Yeah, my wife took my kid out also with some friends. That's why I'm streaming a little bit earlier today. That's really all. So let me just do one thing very quickly here. So going back to this fella again. So let's just remove the response schema from Fastify for a moment, just to actually take a look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually cool. Yeah, so it is the schema that it doesn't like. Let's see actually what the schema is. So yeah, the tags are now here. Yeah, the tags are now here. Meetup tags. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. That's the where statement. Then we include the organizer. We include the tags. We include the members, right? Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. Pass by and see. I might be. Who knows? I wish you a great day, man. All right. Well, we don't want to comment out that response schema for sure, right? So let's actually see why it doesn't like it. So we have a response schema here, which is this. Let's see. It has properties, covers, organizer, members, tags. And it seems that the tags that we are getting are not correct, right? Because if we take a look at the payload here in the front end, the tag has an ID and a name, right? And really what we're expecting here is label and value, right? So that is the problem. So we need to map. So here we would need to transform this data, right, to something else. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward, right? Thank you, buddy.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome.
Carex, my friend. Good day. How are you doing? And thank you, everybody. Chugging coffee. Thanks for the follow.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome, Rockstone BB.
All right. Whoa. There's the sub. Thank you, Carex. I hope you're having a great weekend. Give me just 1 second, fellas. Just one moment. All right, cool. Good. I was kind of in mixed up. Should I go out with my wife and kid? Or should I stay and do an earlier stream today and then hang out with my wife tonight, have a bottle of champagne? So I decided that that's going to be the case. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we know what the issue is. So let's ask ChatGPT like one question, right? So if I give it this, given this SQLized.js query, is it possible to transform the data from the left join of tags under... I actually never did that with SQLize in that way. In simple words, can I transform the data? Because that join will add an array of objects that look like this. ID, name, and I'd like to transform them into a different shape. Let's see what it says. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Let's. You mean my primed thing? You mean custom instructions? Here they are. I'm gonna paste them in chat. Just how would you like ChatGPT to respond? There it is. My pleasure, of course. Yeah, so we can't do what I want, kinda. Smart chap. Good day, my friend. So we can't really do what I really want, right? So yeah, so attributes, we can only select certain fields, and that of course those are the only fields for this left join we're doing anywhere, right? I just wanted to see if I could kind of, if SQLize provided like some sort of a hook here where I can just right. Wait, my colleague is writing from work. Let me just quit Slack. All right. So yeah, so no, not really. All right, and then we will have to transform it here, right? Yeah, that kind of sucks, but that's what it is. Let's take this. Did you find ChatGPT to be intelligent? Yeah, I've been using ChatGPT 4 since day one, since it's been in alpha, and it's absolutely impressive, yes. All right. And then here, what we basically want to say, no, that's not what we want. So let's implicitly return here, right? And we're going to say that the value is going to be the tag ID and label is tag name. Beautiful. Exactly, right? And let's give a shout. Fuck, we forgot to give shout out to the dad as well. I'm sorry for that. What is it? Dev dad is probably no longer here, but yeah, I'm sorry, buddy, if you are. Look, Sako is here. Let's just call it like this. Let's see. Let's get rid of this, and those useless comments. It is able to code a lot of things. I mean, everything is based. It all boils down to your expectations, man. If your expectations are that it's gonna yeah. All right, let's see now. Give me a second. Yeah, so now it's good. So now it's actually good, I think, at least. No, we're not there yet, right? So give me a second. Meetups. Yeah. I think now it's okay, right? So now we actually have the tags properly structured. Okay, so now if we actually edit it should get us to the right place and the tags should be there. Beautiful. Ah, that's great. Super. Super. Okay, let's continue. So that's great. So now we move this thing here. Marv is here. Oh my god, Marv. Haven't seen you in a while, dude. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing, my friend? Are you good? Now I think we're gonna need a different view. So when I click on this meetup, and this is a little inconsistency that I dislike how I did it in some, because for those of you who don't know, I just had to refactor this dashboard a bit because we started building a lot of features and the previous one wasn't scalable enough. So here, for example, if I click on the article, it's gonna take me to that article, right? Same goes for most of them, but the question is, should it take you to that article or should it be an edit by default? So that is right. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to that actual course, right? So I guess we're going to keep it consistent. The problem in this context, though, is that, yeah, I mean, because Meetup has events, right? And you will also want to edit an event, right? So I think if I would get into here, maybe it should also, shit. Wait a minute, let's take a pen and paper here very quickly. Create new diagram. So essentially now we're talking about meetups. So you're gonna come, this is one meetup, 1, 2, 3. There's some icons, right? Edit and delete. So edit and delete. Because we need to move the event editing part also to the dashboard, right? That's the thing. So right now you can edit the meetup inside of the dashboard, but if we actually go to that meetup, well, not that part actually, so that part we've already moved, but if we go to the events, so if we would organize an event, so we do this and that and that, and we choose the date and time, so whatever, on site, address, cool, spots too. Yeah, so now since I organized it, right, when I click edit, we also want this in the dashboard, right? So we want all of this stuff to be inside of our dashboard, right? Because that's what the right. So yeah, so we need to incorporate that somehow in here. So this is gonna, yeah. Zoom in a bit. Just let me think for a moment here. Maybe we could have like events, or maybe yeah. Or if we kind of narrow down the form to be smaller, and then we show all the meetup events that you have for that meetup. So all the meetup, but right, something like this maybe, right? So if I would open this view, you would get to update the meetup maybe, and then also to update the actual individual meetup events, right? Yeah.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome Porty Coda.
Thank you for the follow. I had to add that. I'm sorry guys. I added that today. I don't know. I think it's a realistic alert. We're all basement dwellers in here. No. no sane person watches programming on Saturdays except basement dwellers. Exactly, Luminix, exactly. This meetup is in here. All right. So yeah, so this one is a little bit different. So the meetup part is a little bit different because meetup is a high-level entity, right? So yeah, editing a meetup can mean multiple things. Editing the meetup itself and then the events as well, right? Yeah, exactly, right? So I guess it would make sense that we separate this. We have a meetup and then the meetup events in here that you can then edit, right? Yeah, let's try that. I mean, I'm not, and you should only be able really to edit the meetup that's upcoming, not the previous one, right? Oh wow, okay, so what happened here now? What did we change? I like your code, it's organized. Yeah, I think it's good, yeah. The value is required. Ah, I see. So meetup, so I think, what did we do? So if we go to the API, right? So let's actually take a look at, oops. If we get over here and then router. Yeah, I see. So actually, let's fix it up here as well, right? So this is actually really good, right? This is pretty good. We actually need to do the same here for what was it? For get meetups, right? So let's actually get into get meetups as well. And we need to pretty much do the same thing as we did in the other place, right? So we have the meetups here. We have the meetups and then we map through them, right? So that's the issue, right? That's what we had here. So if I refresh, that should be fixed. Yeah, it is. That's great. Yeah, exactly. So let's also fix that up in the front end now as well. So yeah, all right, beautiful. Okay. So here we have the tags, right? And the tag name, right? So that's wrong. So that we need to update that now. So this should be now tag.label. And what do we actually get in here? So we have a tag. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. So we get back here. Yeah, it still doesn't actually do it. So let's see, meetups. Are we actually getting back what it wants? Tags, value, and label. Yeah, that's correct. Tag, label, tags. Let me just print the tags actually here just to make sure we're doing the right thing. Value and label. Yeah, so that's correct. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit awkward. Awkward choice. Ah, this is a key. I see. Okay. Ooh, that kind of sucks, right? So let's see what this tag takes. A tag, right? Yep. Yeah, okay, I see. All right, no problem. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna say that we'll need to alias it, but that kind of sucks, but that's what it is, right? So let's just say here that name is, we can even just destructure here in place, right? So we can say label, And then here we can say label, and we can get rid of this bad boy here, and then go here. Let's see, tag. And that's not correct, but give me a second. So what do we have? Tag. Then, is this? Yeah, I see. Okay, tag name. So here we basically want to say name is label, right? And that should be fine. Now we should see algorithms, and we should be able to go to that tag. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Okay, great. So the only thing now is this, right? And I even, yeah, so actually, sorry, it was editing of the individual events that we want to move to the dashboard. And right now, if you click, it opens up here. And what I wanted is I wanted basically that to be inside of the dashboard as well, right? So maybe, yeah, but it would feel kind of disconnected, right? So I think we need to, we need to have it localized to the dashboard, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I will actually then fetch. So I'm going to show all the events. So when you go to the meetups and then editing of a single meetup, you should also get all the events associated to that. And especially the ones which are scheduled for the future, because that's the only one you're going to be able to edit, right? So let's do that, I suppose. Yeah, so if we get over here to this form, I guess we'll want to pretty much get something like this. So if we go to the actual front-facing thing, we go to meetups and blah, blah, blah. So those events are, so this is what we will want to show in there, right? So is there something like meetup events? Yeah, here it is. So meetup events, right? Yeah. We give it a meetup, and then I guess this fetches the rest of the things. Beautiful. That's super. We're going to grab this bad boy here. We're going to go here, and we'll need to, let's just smack it in somewhere so we can see it, and then we'll do the layout, right? So here we're going to do this. I guess here we need to say data, and then this organizer is true because I know that I'm inside of the dashboard, so that we can just pass like that, right? So if I go now to the dashboard and we go to meetups and edit, we should see the events for that meetup here, and we do, as you can see. So we'll need to just do this differently, but yeah, you should be able to, we need to localize this to a single thing. So let's see what actually happens inside here. In fact, yeah, so actually what I probably want is this list, right? So this is the events list. It's going to show a bunch of events, and what does each event have? I guess let's take a look at that. We have nav link to that. So we don't, yeah, so there's no editing or anything like that there, right? Yeah. And it doesn't really matter. So let's actually go back here now and just actually give it this. But that's not going to work because this one actually currently fetches the events, right? So we'll need to fetch them also inside of this form. I use Copilot, yes, very much, yes. So yeah, so what we're actually going to do instead, we're going to have some other side effect inside of this form, right? And we'll see. We do it step by step. So we'll say use effects. And yeah, so when we get inside here, we'll fetch this. Obviously we can't, so let's just say here get events, make that an async function, and then we'll do this. Let's call this events, and actually how did I design this? It returns the data already, okay. So yeah, so let's call this data, and we'll eventually have some events that we can just have a state for somewhere around here, right? So let's say const events, set events, And then, right, and we're gonna have some loading state and stuff in a moment, but who cares? Let's just wait for now. So let's just leave it very simple, right? And then we'll import this events list from somewhere. Yes. Then here we'll say events. And yeah, let's comment this out for a moment, right? We'll just comment out this fella here. Yeah, Marv is the same, right? CarX, good luck with the apartment. Thank you for coming by, and of course, thank you for your sub. Very much appreciated. Thanks a lot. Did we actually call that get events? Likewise, likewise. All right, and let's call this get events, right? Call this bad boy here. And let's see now, let's go back. Let's get in here. Are we actually calling it? No, we're not. It doesn't seem so. Get events, meetup, get events, get meetup events, meetup ID, yes. So let's open the dev tools and oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's mag them over here. Let's reduce the size. Let's see if we're actually doing that network request. Ah, I see. My bad. It's just a shadow or just a typo. All right, let's try that again. So let's cancel and let's go in here. Yeah, so here we have the event. So that's super, right? So that's great. So now it's time to basically figure out, right? Like, where do we want to put them, right? Blah, blah, blah. So for now, let's do it like this. So this is the form, right? Yeah, so we have that form there. So let's wrap this in another div. So let's say div, right? And yeah. And then we're gonna have another div in here where we're gonna put those events. And we'll put them to the left, to the right, sorry. Then we'll make that a flex. I guess we can even make it a grid. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Let's see. Hey, what is your theme extension for VS Code? Theme extension. I'm using the default theme. It's called Dark Modern, and then I'm using the background extension to show the background, right? All right, so going back here, let's see what we're getting slowly. So yeah, so here, yeah, so I'm not yet certain of this, not very like happy with the UI, right? So yeah, so let's give it a second. So just give me a second, guys. I need to finish this, and then we can chat as long as you want. Okay. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Not happy with the layout. And I don't know how I want to do it, actually. Yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, I see. So, yeah, maybe instead of putting it like this, right, let's just keep it maybe below the form, right? Maybe that's better. I don't actually know. Let's get rid of that grid stuff, right? Let's get rid of the grid bullshit here, right? Yeah, right? Maybe. I don't actually know. And then, yeah, maybe we can show them a little bit differently. No, I don't like it. Shit. I don't like it. What is more likely that you're gonna want to edit the event, the top level event or event. So actually what we can do instead, I have an idea, yeah. So actually let's do it like this, right, instead. So let's do this layout a little bit different, right? So I actually have a good idea, I think. So what's probably more likely to be is that you will want to edit an event that you scheduled, that you planned, and not the top level meetup entity, because you're gonna create a meetup which is like just for the context for some of you, right? The meetup is basically this, right? So this is now one event that's organized by this meetup, right? And the meetup is called Product Therapy Copenhagen, right? So this is the meetup, and the meetup is composed of events, right? So when you go to edit the meetup, you basically what you want to get is the list of the events most likely that thing has, right? Which is this. And then you want to edit a single, like maybe the scheduled event. You just schedule the event, and maybe you want to edit the date when the event, or maybe you want to cancel the event, right? So I don't think that we need to show this form always. I think this form for the meetup should really be shown. So if we get into the meetup, we can maybe show the title now and stuff. And then if you click edit, then this form should appear. So let's do that instead, right? I think that's probably better. So so let's actually say here, wait. So let's introduce another state variable, right? Let's say is editable end, right? And then blah blah blah. I'm gonna introduce something here. Let's say const is editable, set is editable, right? Beautiful. Then what we can actually do, because we already have, I hope, yeah, organize a meetup. So if you actually get it in here, oops, no, if you get in here, come on, man, Jesus Christ. If you get in here, we probably want to show this title that says edit meetup. So that's great, super, I actually like that a lot. You'll see in a moment, yeah, so if we get down here somewhere, here we want to basically show this, I think I called it page header. Yeah, I think I did, right? Yeah, I did, yes. We actually search for page header in a few other places. Dashboard header, sorry, dashboard header, yeah. So let's import that, and how am I using that in other places? I have a few exceptions like this. Ah, so nice, so nice. This is literally what I need. Wait a minute, save. Yeah, right. So this is a good example. Yeah. So let's grab this. Let's grab this. Is exactly what I want. Yeah. Let's close this garbage. Close that. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Super. This is what I want. This is gonna be basically a meetup title, right? Or data title. We should. Yeah. In a moment we're going to fix that. And then here, yeah, exactly. Editable. Let's just do a lambda function here. Set editable. It's Chip. Good day, buddy. True. Yeah, so we're gonna do this, edit meetup. And actually this is even super awesome as well. Organize an event for that meetups, right? So organize an event. So nice, okay. And then let's do this. So yeah, now when we come here, ignoring this exception, we're gonna change that in a moment. So super, that's what I want. So we're gonna have this, right? How is development going? Good, man, good. Not much to say, honestly. We keep showing up and we keep doing the stuff. So yeah, what is to say, right? it's every day it's better and better, right? So I would say it's going really, really good, really good. And yeah, so yeah, that's really it. I mean, we have more than 1,000 users signed up on Programmer Network, right? So shit, I keep forgetting to pin this so people can sign up. I really need to memorize that. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, cool. So, and the only thing that I can see here is that this description basically here is the so we can't really show the description, right? Because this is the tip tab content, right? So for this meetup, we'll need to omit that. Or in simple words, we're not gonna pass the description at all. And we actually, let's go in there and make sure that we can make the description optional, right? So here we can say, well, only render the description if there is one, right? You got interviewed yesterday. Very nice, man. How did it go? This meetup in here, beautiful, super. I like that a lot. Yeah, this is gonna be the way to do it for sure. And then yeah, so clicking here should show that form, and it will, right? And then this should probably, yeah, well actually we do have the cancel here already. What does the cancel do now? Yeah, so that's wrong. So we'll fix that, and then here you can organize events for that meetup as well. That's beautiful. And then so you're gonna be, and then here we're gonna show the list of events that you currently have, right? So let's basically just if we go, yeah, let's wrap those two bad boys in another div, right? And nice, man, very good. No, that's how it is. That's how it usually is, right? But it shouldn't feel like a tribunal, then that's really bad. If they interrogated you, then they're most likely not very experienced in hiring. But yeah, every experience is different, so screw it, right? Yes, so that's the only thing really. So canceling should really just, yeah, I like this a lot. And then let's just say that this is not visible. So this is visible if it's not editable, right? That's what we want, right? Beautiful. And then this cancel, where is this cancel thing? Handle cancel, right? Okay. Yeah, we will actually have this as well here. Actually, let's just smack it in there as well. Meetup events. No, that's yeah, this is gonna be this for sure. I can't have a heart in my bio. Pedro, buddy. Good evening. Good day. I keep saying evening because I never stream in the day. So, okay, that's great. Page header. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Meetups. Beautiful. So I like it so far. Here we're gonna show the list of the events that you have organized. You can edit it. Edit meetup, and then pretty much, so yeah, we need to override this cancel now, right? And that's actually, no, that's not a problem at all. It shouldn't be. Let's actually get over here, right? Yeah, because now, yeah. So now we need to kinda change this slightly bit, right? Because we have coupled now a few things in here, right? Because this is really the form. This is really the form part, right? And this is yeah, okay. That's basically, no, I wouldn't say mistake that we made, but we need to fix that mistake under quotes, right? So let's actually do one thing. So we need to change this a bit. So let's call this dashboard meetup. So yeah, we need another container component for this. Dashboard meetup, right? So we just need this. We can't get away from this. So let's say dashboard meetup JSX, and then we're gonna do index JSX, and we're gonna export as always this generic stuff. So what I'm actually gonna do here, right, is few things. Thank you very much, Pedro. I appreciate it, man. So essentially we need to keep this obviously form that we've now just messed up, this meetup form, clean, right? So we can't do this, right? So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go into this bad boy here. I'm going to paste this stuff, right? And then I'm going to completely revert what we did here, right? Because we have now we have ruined one of the components, right? Not this one. Where is it? Yeah, so this one. So we're gonna revert this completely now, right? So what we did here is way too much. We messed this thing up, right? This form no longer is a form. It's a page basically, right? So that's great. But then what we can do here is we can just get here if it's editable and say end meetup form, right? And this we're gonna call dashboard meetup. So that's good, right? That's great. Now we can actually import it, hopefully, yes. And then we have to get rid of a bunch of the stuff that's no longer needed here, right? So we don't need that, don't need this, and that, and a bunch of this most likely, right? We'll see. Because we're gonna localize it to this. Local source, file error, I'm pretty sure actually none of this is needed here. Yeah, this is needed. That is also needed, I think. That's also not needed here. Yeah, actually most of this shit. Maybe removing a bunch of stuff here. Yeah. Yeah, so this we need. So this is pretty much almost what we need, right? In this view now. Beautiful. Get initial states. Yeah, so something like this, right? Now we can actually give it a bit more control to this bad boy here instead. And then this guy now takes the data, blah, 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 and we're gonna give it that. So if we get over here, I have not tried it, no. I have not. Then this guy takes the data itself, which is meetup, right? Then it's gonna take a few of the other ones, handle create, handle update, and handle cancel, which is super good, right? Because, so this is really good. jQuery is really good, actually. If you can write code, jQuery is really good. If you know some patterns, and you can still use jQuery in a very good way. Why not? Dashboard meetups, where is it? So yeah, so if I go back basically here, we can now clean. So this is super. This is exactly how I envisioned this refactor to go, and really it's gonna go in two directions, right? Like this. So if I take this fella here, we go dashboard meetup. Okay. Yeah, super. I like it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, actually, you know, because we are in the meetup context. No. It's okay. Oops. Beautiful. Let's just print that so it doesn't complain. Is creating a meetup, right? So we also need to give it that. Is loading, is creating, right? Beautiful. That's super. And then handle cancel in this context we'll obviously need, right? So we'll just give it that as well. Super. Cool, we get rid of that. We see why we probably have some unused code now in here. Yeah, that's correct. Right? Something like that, I think. There we go, super. Now if I edit, the cancel should do nothing exactly because that's what we just had there. Beautiful. And then, yeah, so handle cancel should really just set this editable to false, right? So if we go here, we should say set editable false, and that should just close the form itself. So if I say cancel, it should get me back there. Beautiful. Organize an event, edit meetup. And I guess we should probably, do you have any custom settings in the Copilot? No, not really. To be very frank with you, Marv, I didn't even know you can have custom settings. So I just installed it pretty long ago, very long ago, I would say, and I just didn't touch it. So you saying that there are custom settings, then that's great. I should probably take a look at that. Thank you, man. I didn't know idea. I didn't also seek for it, right? I just left it as it was. But I'll definitely take a look at it. If you say you can actually do more with it, why not? Why not? Actually, this color name no longer even works. Yeah, so let's make this rows instead, actually. And then we'll leave that inactive for now, right? It's okay. So let's zoom in. So we're gonna have a list of events. You can edit your meetup like this, then you cancel it. Obviously, you have a list of your events for that meetup. You can organize it from here, and this organize should now spawn. So yeah, so that's the kind of the one of the last things in this context. So you're gonna have this event form, and this event form really should show. So we basically need to have the same thing. So just as we have dashboard meetup, we should have. Do we actually need? No, I don't think so. So I think the form itself is sufficient, but we still need a container around it so we don't keep the handlers for that stuff in here, right? So that's the problem. Because if we leave this event form in here, which expects some props from the outside, right? We would need to smack them here inside of the dashboard. That's probably not something I want to do, right? Give me 1 second. Yeah, right? That's really good. That's really good. So yeah, so now, so if we go to meetups and edit here, right? So we now need an edit icon or delete icon next to those events, right? Maybe edits should be sufficient, but now when you click this edit, basically you should be opening the form that we previously had here, right? So if I go into the meetup events and then in here, and then I edit it, it's this same form. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to take away all of this CMS type of stuff from the front-facing UI, meaning if you ever want to do anything in Programmer Network which is related for creation, deletion, whatever, you should do it here. So basically, actually we have new people signed up today. Thank you guys. 5 of you already signed up this stream. Very nice. But yeah, so we want to move all of that stuff. Actually, are there any meetups, test meetups created? Yeah, so you can see that, yeah. Yeah, okay. So we could still technically leave those commands here, like edit and stuff, but when you actually click them, they should take you, or maybe we shouldn't even do that, because then we don't need to fiddle with different state in the front-facing stuff, right? So I think we will not do that, actually, in fact. Okay, great. So we have this event form now, which we will actually also wrap. So let's create another, just a container component, right? Let's call it dashboard meetup event. And then it's going to be dashboard meetup event. JSX, right? And we're gonna do the same there. Index JSX. We're gonna export that object from whatever this file contains. And then if we get over here, really what we want is this bad boy here. I'm gonna say dashboard meetup events. Then for now, we'll just return that. We'll see if we have more. And then in the dashboard itself here, we want to render that. So dashboard meetup events. Yeah, that's actually good. I don't know what's up with the color. Because I didn't render it as a JSX node. Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And if I search for this event form somewhere, so if we go to someplace somewhere, I must be using it right now under the event. So here it seems that I'm using it. Yeah. So we need to get rid of this from the front facing stuff. So I'm going to go here. I'll cut this stuff and go to this bad boy here, and we're gonna smack it in there. We'll import this service, and then if we get back here, we'll keep doing that.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome, Pharaoh.
Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Organize an event. So yeah, this is also going to be technically inside of the dashboard, right? Is creating an event form. So yeah, so if we go actually now to the front of that, so yeah, you can see we removed this, removed it from there, so that's great. And now we want to yeah, we want to move the form as well, right? Okay, so let's do that. If it's organizer, organize an event. If it's creating an event, so we know that we will not be creating an event anymore in this UI ever, right? So we can actually get rid of this state. So we are moving all of that stuff now to the dashboard, right? So we know that that's never going to be the case anymore. So yeah, so let's get rid of all of this stuff that relates to that. It's loading the events. And yeah, pretty much what we can do, right? We could now, in this case here, we could send the user, basically the owner of the meetup, to the dashboard to do such an action, right? So here we could use the navigate, right? So yeah, that sort of stuff we can potentially do, right? So here we can import that hook, right? So navigate, it's use navigate. And then down here, we could say navigate. No, not really, no. But let's do this, but that's not correct. So this would be dashboard, I guess meetups, right? How is it? Dashboard, manage, meetup. Yeah, for now, let's just keep it simple, right? So let's, because so let's just say here for now, where is it? Events. Oh yeah, here, yeah. So it's going to be dashboard, meetups, I guess. Let's just send the user there for now. Organize an event. And where is this? Organize an event. Where do I have that? I am the organizer. Yes, events. Here, right? Organize an event. So another. So Google calls those quick actions, right? And they're not bad for the UX, right? They are good from the perspective of sending the user somewhere, but are also incentivizing the user to do something, right? So yeah, I'm not against those, right? But as long as you're actually always doing that same action from a centralized place, yeah. But then, yeah, no. Let's actually try going without it. Let's try going without it just to see how much is this going to actually simplify the UI, right? It's organizer. Yeah, so we can simplify a lot. So that's exactly my intention here. So we can actually not introduce so many of those states, right? Are you logged in? Are you not logged in? Are you an organizer? Are you not an organizer? And stuff like that. So it shouldn't matter, right? Because even if you're an organizer and you want to change something, you know, okay, well, I want to change it. Let me go to my dashboard, right? Instead of needing to fiddle with that, right? If this was you, and this also edit button here needs to go away as well. Where is that? Yeah, well, that's in a different view, so we'll need, okay. Cool, great, handle create events. So now we have it here. So I guess this is going to have handle create, and we're going to say handle create event. Yeah, let's just create this boilerplate very quickly here. That's cool. All right, so let me think here for a moment. So if I go to the dashboard and I go to meetups and I go into the meetup, when I click this fellow over here, we want to basically render that event changing view, right? Okay, all right, cool. So that means that we will always know what the event is because we can carry it with the HTML5 history again, right? So basically, so this information we will have, which means that here we have to use the location hook again. So use location, right? And we're gonna, and this use location hook again is just HTML5 history API. If you don't know, every single router that you use in Angular, Vue.js, React.js, whatever is using this history API, right? And this history API enables you to fiddle with back and forth in your browser. So all of these routers like React and Angular, Vue, whatnot, Stencil, blah, blah, blah. If you want to build your own router, you would basically build it in a way that you map your state to your URL, right? And this is a big part of it. It's HTML5 history API. Okay, so we're gonna have the location here, and I guess we're gonna say actually, just pretty much as we did in here, right? Somewhere. Didn't we have like location? No, where was it? I think it was in dashboard meetup, right? Yeah. So somewhere here, I'm pretty sure that I had it. Yeah, so it was something like this, right? But we're gonna do the same, pretty much the same, right? So we're gonna say events. And here is gonna be event ID. We'll see what we do.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome
Thank you.
nailed_it_Nick.
Thank you, Nick. Right. Oh shit. It's because of this. Okay. Doom, my friend. Good day. So that's good. That's great. This is the meetup ID, right? So that's wrong, right? So that's not correct. So this is for creation. So we're gonna need two potential things, right? Either the event or the meetup, right? Meetup we will need when we're editing stuff, but actually we'll need both, right? So no, that's my bad, right? So handle create event. So if I go to the event form, handle create, and both of them actually get the form data, right? So yeah, so okay, so this is always going to be basically a meetup ID, right? Which we can pass with a HTML5 history state. And then this is going to be the form actually always. So this is going to be the body, right? Now the only exception to this rule is going to be the data that this event might. So if we pass it with HTML5 history state, so if we're editing, if you're in the edit mode, right? Okay, so that's cool. So we have the location, we have this stuff, we have the create, and then we're gonna have, didn't we have like events like editing, get latest, get event, blah blah, upload, create, attend events, update meetup event. Yeah, it's this one, right? It's actually quite strange that I must have used this somewhere, no? Yeah, handle update event. Yeah, okay, so we forgot to actually take this out. Okay, great. So let's go back here. Let's smack it in here. Beautiful. Super. Okay, so I'm handling here if the slug is updated to, yeah, we don't actually have that problem anymore because we're not going to be going there, I think. Updated, I don't think we need this either, blah, blah, blah. We don't need this anymore. So let's just clean it up to the point where we actually just have it very simple, and then we're gonna... So let's actually get rid of all this for a moment. Just so we have it very simple, okay? I see. Okay, so that's pretty good, right? That's super. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now if we go back, basically, where do we trigger this from? So here we have edit meetup. That's not it. So if I basically click on this, that's what we want. That's where we want to actually edit, I guess, the thing. So if I go here, meetups, I go into the actual meetup. So now we need an edit icon there, right? So if we go to dashboard meetup, I guess somewhere here we're rendering a list. Yeah. Yeah, and the biggest problem now here is that this list slightly differs from what we need, right? So we need to show some edit button here as well, just like the next to the other ones, right? So yeah, so what I suppose what we could do is let's actually go in here. Let's go inside of here. So yeah, we're gonna have it kind of custom there for now, I think so. Yeah, so this one here, right? And then something like this, right?
Welcome, Lizzie.
Thank you very much for the follows, appreciate it. And then this thing in here, right? Something like this. Then we can import all of this stuff. No, I don't think that was correct. Assets, icons, yeah, that wasn't correct. That and that's beautiful. Yeah, great, super. So the only now issue is that, yeah, again, this the events are actually using tip tap state in our case, so we can't really show that, right? So we'll need to get rid of the description in this context, unfortunately, just show the titles of the actual events. Then I need to do this, right? So yeah, it's a little bit of Sako, getting back to you, man, in a second. Just give me a moment here, and then we'll do something. Okay, so we can't implicitly return here, so we'll do an explicit return, because we need to grab something from here, right? So we need to get to this bad boy here. We need to import this utility we wrote, and where do we use this? So in here, yeah, so we have some nav links somewhere, whatever. So can we try putting that here just for a moment? No, of course not. Well, we can't put it there. Oops, we can't put it inside of the title, that's clear. But I guess we could put it down here. Yeah, that's not too bad, right? It's just I don't think that we need a paragraph there. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Hello, Alex. How are you? Darius, good day, my friend. How are you? How's life? All right, so that's cool. So now this edit is gonna do something, and it's gonna obviously has to do something different, right? And we'll implement this on delete as well. So basically an edit here, right? What it is that we want to do? Well, we want to take the user to this new thing that we just built, right? So if we go to the actual dashboard, right? We want to take user to this thing here, right? Passing in the HTML5 history state, right? So if we get over, yeah, over here, I suppose, right? Is that, yeah. So we want to basically, so actually, yeah, that this wasn't completely terrible, right? We pretty much want to do this, but then we want to say, hey, state is event. This is just for the editing, but we also need the meetup, right? And we should have the context of here of a meetup as well, right? Let me just get rid of a few of those things, and we have the meetup here, right? So so we're gonna give it the whole meetup as well. So state and meetup, right? So now if I actually edit here, that's good. Well, I think we are actually opening that state. Let's see, dashboard, where was it? This one. Let's see if we are even getting there now when we click it. Yeah, let's get back here. Let's go here, let's click it. Oh yeah, we're not. So the URL is not correct. Give me a second. So we'll go back here. This has to be dashboard, manage, meetup, event. Came here for the good vibes. Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm happy that you're still enjoying it. I am as well. All right, great. So this is good. So you can see it works. And we can see basically here that if we hide this fella, oops, if we go to the info, and if we take a look at the state variable here, right? Well, you can't because of my big head. But yeah, we have the event, the whole event, and we have the meetup as well. So that's super good, yeah. And now the question is, you know, did we hook this update up, right? And this cancel, right? Let's see. Oops. So where was it? It's this one here, right? Yeah. So are we actually doing a call? Let's see. So we are getting an error, so something isn't right. Candle update is not a function. Okay, interesting. Ah, I see what's the problem. Okay, so this is actually called handle update, not handle update event. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. So GGG222. Yeah, so it did update it. Yeah, the slug should be different whatsoever now, right? If we actually go back here and edit, yeah, we have that GGG222, right? And we'll do that layout a bit better, right? I think, didn't I have some sort of mapping here to figure out which active element the sidebar should be in? Menu items, how did I do that? Let me see. Active routes mapping. Yeah, it's this one, right? I guess here I should be able to say courses, meetups, right? That's how I built that, right? So if I go here now and edit this one, the meetups should be staying active, right? For how long have you been working? Well, this whole project, also make sure to go and sign up on programmer.network, right? More than a year probably, but again, it's all built in the live stream, so it's just a casual thing after working hours. Van the Noble, here he is. Good man, how are you? How is life? Yeah, so the only question now is that if we go into this state and then into this state, right? What was the previous state? Meet. Yeah, yeah. Did you learn a lot or did you? That depends what you mean by learn, right? If you mean technology-wise, probably not. But I've learned some other things. I've been working for 16 years in this industry, so if you mean have I learned about programming a lot, no. But I've learned a lot of other things non-related to programming. Unreal Engine, nice. Yeah, it would be fun one day that we try building some game together here, but yeah, who knows. So we'll need to handle this router a bit better. Do you know about libgdx? No, I do not know about libgdx, no. You got to wait for my game engine to be done. I would never use your or anyone else's game engine. Because that would be completely illogical in every game developer actually, or every developer who thinks they're a game developer, they don't actually want to develop a game. They want to develop tools for building games. But the problem with that is that even the top-notch ones in the category, like Unreal and others, even them are you know, failing to some degree. And now imagine using a game engine from a solo indie developer, right? That would be yeah, you get what I mean. Not very good, right? But yeah. All right, let's see. Yep.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome, Space Cadet Commander.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you for the follow. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Okay, so the summary here actually can be shown in there. So where is this? So I guess here description, right? We could say yeah, event.summary, right? So that should be, yeah. And then obviously those buttons here are different, right? So this should be so yeah, so the layout actually ended up being pretty good, honestly. I like it a lot. So we don't need, I guess, edit meetup, organize an event. So here, I guess, view event. And actually, you know what? Just after a few minutes of doing this, let's get rid of this button. And then, do we have some sort of eye or something icon? Yeah. Let's make it a bit bigger, maybe, because the icon itself seems inherently small. View event. let's say say gap 2 or something like that, right? So yeah, this should basically take you to the event that you want, right? Yeah, there's so much with this crap, man. It's a bit annoying. But the only thing, so that's going to be one of the next improvements we're going to do. As you can see now, basically we're not we need to make it this dynamic in the context of URL parameters, right? Because now when you're actually editing a meetup or whatever, you have a singular, so we need to be able to get to this point without relying on HTML5 history, right? Because right now this is fully reliant on the HTML5 history. As you can see, we're not really saying manage meetup and then the slug of the meetup or the eye of the meetup, right? And then that makes it pretty much impossible to like when you refresh the page, you lose stuff from history, from the memory and stuff like that. So that's a little bit yeah, not so great. Organize an event, edit the meetup, organize an event, and then here we have the list of the events for the current meetup. Does the actual meetup have where's our swagger? I don't remember actually. Let me go here. So where's my, did I introduce? Yeah, we do have summary, so that's really good. Okay, I completely forgot about that. So here I can also say description is meetup.summary, right? Something like that. Yeah, okay, that's better. Okay. And then this should take me to that course, which we need to make to be opened by slug and not by the ID for the SEO reasons. Organize an event. So this organize an event should spawn basically that form, right? So organize an event. How did we actually manage to get into that state? Probably some bad organize an event. Dashboard manage meetup. Ah, that's why. Okay. Give me a second. So meetups. And actually, before I continue, if anyone has any questions now that you want to discuss, please ask, because we can make a little break if you want, 5 minutes, 10, whatever, 20, and just talk about something. So if you need that, just let's do it. Manage your meetups. Okay, so yes, yeah, okay, so because we no longer have that. I see, okay. So if we actually go back to dashboard, yeah. I see. Stako, can you paste that question again, please? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's see. Don't go out of flow answering this, but how do you handle filters in a table that should be usable as on URL? If price is greater than 10x, category contains headset, but also column should be. There's nothing wrong with the URL being long, man. You would definitely do it in the URL. So you would use new URL search params. I think that was the browser API. Yeah. So you would use this API, and yes, you would do it in the URL. Yeah. So you can do it in various ways, right? The URL. The reason why the URL is good and the query parameters are good, right, is because you give a user ability to, so you definitely don't want to manage your state in your URL. You only want to use the URL so people can share it, because again, you cannot store the URL in a database. You could store some identifier and then fetch the URL from the database, but if you want people to be able to share the links, save them, then you need to store it in the URL. Yeah. But not manage the state in the URL. That's incredibly important. So when the page loads, you would parse the URL parameters, serialize them into an object, and then set that object in state, right? Yeah, and that you achieve that using the URL. Yes, that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying don't use the URL to manage state. You would just, when user loads that URL in your app, you would parse the URL and then parse it into the set state, and then any further things would be managed in the state. That's what I mean. And then when the state updates, you can also update the URL, right? So when the state, so when you call set state somewhere, URL, I don't think that people care. No, I don't think that URL should be readable. No. I don't think that matters at all. I don't think that's not the purpose of the URL. Purpose of the URL is that people are able to save their state and share it with others, right? The purpose isn't to read the URL, but right, you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose? Why do I want to have this? And as you said, I want to be able to share some state across with the URL, right? So you can indeed do that, right? You can indeed do that in two different ways, right? You can either store the URL, or you can yeah, he's not mentioning sensitive data. This social platform is already released and has more than 1,000 users signed up. You can literally see a big fat URL literally standing on me right now. And you could also, of course, do it in the database as well, Sako, right? You could generate a hash on your API. Definitely. I'm definitely planning to compete with Meta, yes. So that's pretty much it, Sako. You could also store it in a database, generate the hash, a slug for that URL, and then, right, so when user, you know, saves something, you generate some sort of a UUID4 or some hash, right? It doesn't matter what the encoding algorithm is, right? It just has to be unique. The only thing that matters, right? You probably have to clear your cache, just F5 or whatever. I don't know what you clicked on though.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome to Sonia88.
Jason, thank you very much, buddy. I think even if you go to Amazon, right, they're using URL parameters, right? So I think that even them are most likely, wait, switch. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they are, right? If you kind of try to narrow down things, yeah, they're fucking filtering sucks ass. But why does it go to the, yeah. So you can see that even them, they're also kind of doing it more or less in the URL, right? Interesting. What did we mess up? For sure, 100%. 100%. Definitely not. I'll be definitely a next billionaire. There's no, especially with you guys, with your subscriptions and stuff. You guys are so generous. I'm already a billionaire. 25 gold, my friend. Could they? Already making millions from you guys. Look at you, all of you are subbed, right? Those $5 you all guys are giving me gonna definitely make me rich, 100%. True unicorn. Yeah, definitely. With you guys being here, there's nothing other than billionaire that I'm gonna become. There's no question about that. You guys are so useful.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome cost code.
100%. Look how generous you guys are. I mean, for sure, definitely. There's no question about that. Yes. Oh, okay. What? Definitely, you guys are so generous. I mean, I'm drowning in money from you guys. You're just like, I'm like, stop it. Just stop it, right? Just like stop throwing your money at me. It's crazy. I'm drowning in it. Hey, Totem, my friend. Good day. If you mean when I'm going into, you know, stock markets as quickly as possible, again, we need to, right? We need to, right? For sure, man. Shit. Event content. What is this? Of course, Sako. Happy ending. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Totem, I mean, you know. Some of you guys for sure will not be forgotten. There's no question about that. Because, yeah, we're gonna be hanging together for a long time, I'm sure. I have no doubts about that. Event content. Yeah, I guess we no longer need this, right? But what was this content actually? So what did I pass here as the content? HTML content, okay. So we just do this, right? And we do this, and then we can... So we're cleaning up a lot of shit, and yeah. Alex, will you play a New World? No, I wish I can play games, don't take me wrong. It'd be a nice thing to chill out with a game and stuff, but yeah, unfortunately I don't have the time for that, sadly, right? I don't have the time for that. You should take... I mean, honestly, it's not... I mean, I could obviously not stream and play a game, don't take me wrong. It's just... I played games a lot in my life when I was younger, right? And it's just ridiculous. I mean, when I have a lot of games installed, right? And when I log in my World of Warcraft account or anything, I play for like 1 minute and I get bored, right? It's just ridiculous. It became hilarious, right? I played the games when I was young enough, and I can tell you that it's just ridiculous, right? You grind the same shit, no matter what the game is, what the expansion is, whatever. You just grind some bullshit day by day, and then eventually you get it, then there's new... So it's like, if you want to grind, man, just grind like life, right? If you grind the life the way that you're grinding video games, you can become, right, super successful in anything. So this is my game. I'm grinding this in my free time. I'm doing this, right? So it's just like I logged in World of Warcraft a couple of days ago, right? And I'm like, it's just, right? It's just, okay, what now, right? What am I supposed to do now? Grind for 3 months and then grind, right? So I used to enjoy that when I was a lot younger, right? But it's just ridiculous. It's pointless, right? I enjoyed World of Warcraft, for example, many years ago when I was playing it with friends and stuff like that. That was truly enjoyable experience, not because of WoW, but because of friends, because of social interaction. Today, most of those games are very single-player based. Like you're standing there with a poker face and just grinding some shit, right? So it's truly pointless. It's such a huge waste of time, right? But are you using Vita? Yes. Yeah, Space Cadet. Yeah, man, exactly. It's just like I'm not against it, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but for me, it's like I don't know. I am from Brazil. Okay. So that's actually good. Yeah, it's just like so much stuff we've moved around. Games like WoW are wild only when you don't have a job. But that's also the paradox of it, right? That's the most possible danger you can put yourself in life if you don't have a job and then you play MMO, right? So that is exactly the biggest. Right? I'm just kidding. I'm from Denmark. I'm from Copenhagen. You get what I mean? Like so if you don't have a job, probably the last thing you should be doing is playing video games, right? Because that's the deadly combo. MMO and no job is pretty much no life, right? So that's the dangerous combo you can put yourself in, right? Because you get this you get this fake addictive self of success, right? You get this feeling of success, like, oh, I just people play game to escape life in Denmark. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Well, people play games for all sorts of reasons, right? But I'm just saying, right? Yeah, exactly, Totem. Nobody. You must have no life, right? You must have no life. There's no question about that, right? And then again, the combo is really deadly because you don't have a life and then you, right? Yeah, same. When I retire, I'm gonna play the living shit out of those games. Don't take me wrong. But now probably that would not be very clever, would it? Right? I don't think it would. You should be grinding life, not video games, because nobody really cares, right? What do you have the best sword in some video game? That's unfortunately just how it is, right? I'm the strongest hero in Azeroth. Cool, man. Super nice. Shit. Why? It's like every time, yeah. Yes, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, meetup slug event idea. Oh, very nice, very nice. But we want to navigate to this. Is there a way to navigate in a new window now? Well, my son is gonna be 5 next year. I don't allow my son to use. My son is almost 5. He never yet took a phone in his hand or anything like that. So I'm very cautious about that. But when he's a bit, maybe in a year or two, when he's maybe 7, I'll definitely play some games with him for sure. I agree with you, definitely. Definitely. It's just he's only 4.5 now, so. Is this a question for me, Totem? Let's actually take a few questions. Let's take a few questions. Is this, how do you deal when you have a low productivity moment? I do have, I mean, the thing is, right, we all have those moments almost regularly, right? Basically, what you want to identify, right, is why that is, right? Are you bored? Are you disincentivized? Is it some side effect in life that's triggering that, right? So you first have to get into, of course we all have, like, it would be a silly thing to imagine that we don't have low productivity, but I wouldn't I wouldn't, yeah, that it's, fuck, it's a hard, right? It's a hard thing because you have to define what low productivity is and how long it goes on, right? If it goes on for too long, then there's some big problem most likely, right? Yeah, it's a hard one because I don't know the context, right? Foji, good day, my friend. What you can do, obviously, is figure out what the reason is. The first thing is, whenever you're dealing with anything, you need to deep dive psychologically in it and understand why. You know, are you bored? Is something else troubling you, right? Yeah, now, I mean, taking drugs is certainly not a solution to anything in life, right? I cannot sit here and tell you that smoking weed is cool. I'm not pro that. I'm very pro any drugs, alcohol and anything. But again, as always, I'm always going to share my honest opinion here. So what you do is your life, but smoking weed or drinking to solve a problem, drugs are good for mental health. Well, ask all of these women and men who've been abused and beaten up and shit, and they will probably disagree with you, right? Etc, etc. But let's not get into that, right? But yeah, it's also fine that, well, like Tsako says, right? Nobody is constant in anything in life. We're not robots. Even a robot is gonna, some part in it is gonna break for a day. Somebody has to fix it. You're not a robot. So productivity is not evaluated or calculated like, have you been unproductive for 3 days in a row? That doesn't matter. All of us, sometimes I have a whole week when I can't do shit. I'm just exhausted, right? But if you are on average doing fine and people are happy with you, and most importantly you're happy, then it's fine. Nobody, I mean, sometimes I go to work and I'm like, hey guys, I didn't do anything. Like, hey, we are in the stand-up, it's like, hey, what did you do? Nothing. Because I'm a tech lead, right? I spend a lot of the times in the meetings and helping other teams, helping people, lifting up people. And for me, you know, sometimes I can't code at all because of my role, right? So when people ask me, what did you do? I'm like, nothing. Which is not true. Of course, I did something. I helped other people, helped the customer, helped other teams. But the point is, it's not constant, right? But if you are very often getting into those places of lack of productivity, then that's a problem. It's a problem for you, and it's a problem for the organization because you don't have to get down, right? You cannot, sorry man, but you cannot, I mean, dude, with all due respect, I'm not gonna allow that you promote drugs here, man. Saying that drugs are good for mental health is fucking bullshit, man, right? If you're taking drugs, I respect that, man. That's your life. But just if you're doing so, it doesn't mean that you can justify them, man. No drugs can be good for anybody. A fucking aspirin has some side effect, right? So saying that drugs are good, right, that's bullshit, man. I'm sorry, man. Just don't say that. That's not true. That's simply not true. If you need to disappear reality to solve your problems, you're not solving your problems. You're just masking them for some time until you need those drugs again to feel better, right? So if you need drugs to feel better, then you're not fixing the root problem, right? So don't say that, man. Especially there are younger people here, and telling them that drugs are healthy for you is fucking bullshit, man. Weed is not good for you, it's for your brain, right? So don't say that, man. I'm sorry, we don't have to agree on everything. Of course, what you do with your life is up to you, dude. Have whatever you want, but don't promote something that's not good. Alcohol, weed, any sort of drugs is not good for you. And this is not a matter of fucking discussion, man. This is common sense. This is common sense. Don't like, right? It's like me saying that Coca-Cola is healthy for you. Come on. Well, sure. I mean, look, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not eager to give medical advice here. I'm just a fucking shitty developer who knows how to write some code. So pretending that I cannot, don't listen to my medical advice clearly. And I get you. Yeah, it's true that mostly drugs are called. Yeah, I get that, right? All right, let's keep on with some discussions. I'm seriously considering getting tested for ADHD. Friendly fire enabled. I'm seriously getting considered tested for ADHD on the or something on the autism spectrum. I had the chance to share my experience with people who have been diagnosed with none of the. Yeah, okay. So again, please, I'm not. None of us here really is competent. None of us here are competent to give medical advice. I know that anti-deficit hyper disorder exists, and or anti-deficit disorders. It's almost the same thing. This is a bit more aggressive because I read a lot about this, so I know some stuff. Whatsoever, right? I think there's one danger zone in this context, Totem. It's very easy. So I'm not sure if some of you know, Ritalin, Concerta, this methylphenidate, the substance is called methylphenidate, is one of the most abused drugs in the US, for example. So a lot of students who think, oh, I have a hard time focusing on anything, and then they go to the doctor and they just get this methylphenidate, and then they start taking this Ritalin or Concerta. What I'm trying to say is, like, be very careful that you're not trying to just bullshit yourself. It's like, well, you know, I'm bored at work, hence drugs are gonna help me. You have to identify first why your productivity lacks. Maybe the project you're working on is no longer fun. Maybe you're not enjoying the job. Maybe you're lacking part of life which you are unaware, right, that you're lacking of. Friends, I don't know, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever your thing is, right? But either way, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist neither, so I cannot prescribe you medicine or give you psych advice. But I've seen people abuse this so much. It's really sad. Because this thing, this methylphenidate, fucks your brain up on a long term very badly. So I know that there's some kids who get aggressive. There's some real use cases of people who need this. But keep in mind, this is the most abused drug in the world right now. Because it's enough you go to a doctor, is you're like, yeah, so I'm just saying, you know, it's easy to seek for some drug that's gonna magically solve your problems, but that's mostly not the solution, right? Thank you very much for the follow. Well, heroin is bad, right? Of course that there are things which are bad. You cannot say nothing is bad. Of course it's bad, right? So thank you very much, Atin. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, so again, please, we have to be careful here. I would never dare to pretend that I'm competent to give you. I can just be a friend here and tell you what I think, as always. And what I think is that whenever you can, you should solve your problems in life without taking things which make you take you right. Yeah, but very good discussions, right? Again, this is a hard industry. Just we need to be clear here that it's a hard industry. All of us have hard time focusing because inherently our job requires the absolute focus. So don't feel that you are only one, because in the industry like ours, where you are supposed to be focused like a robot, day by day, year by year. It's, of course, you're gonna have moments when you're not focused. I mean, that's no, we're not robots, we're human beings, right? So I would say, instead of smoking weed or taking some drugs, take care of yourself in another way, right? Take a few weeks off if you can afford, you know, try to you know, deep dive into your own head and realize what it is that the problem is, right? Luna, thank you. I have a good day as well. Exactly, 100%. Lack of light, lack of exercise, lack of course. And this is the future, this is the present and the future, right? Let's not pretend. I mean, I have a kid, my kid is 4.5, 5, and if we are not doing our best to get him outside, you know, so this is just how it is. I mean, everything has been digitalized. People are sitting home. They're sitting, if they're not sitting behind their computers, they're sitting behind their, you know, phones or whatever. So for sure, man, 100% very true. Very true, yeah. So yeah, man, give it a thought, but yeah, drugs, you should try to avoid that crap, man. Because every single one of them is gonna leave some scar either on your brain or on your body, and pretty much back, that was my assumption as well. I'm by no means specialized to share this like as a fact, but that's what I can see with a lot of students today, just abusing that. They can just go pretend that they have hard time focusing, and you just give them this methylphenidate, this Ritalin. I think in the US it's called Ritalin, in Europe it's called Concerta, and you're like, yeah, now I'm so much better. But that's really what it is. That's how it is, and you know. Okay. We'll actually need to do something with this. Any other interesting discussions, or should we discuss? Should we? Let me just do one thing. Pop out chat. How do I pop out the chat? I think I can actually do this. Yeah. Let's just. Oh shit! Give me a second. Sorry. Chat. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me just pop this on the screen so we can maybe do some discussion as well. When I talk about low productivity, I don't mean just at work. I mean that I can sometimes cram 4 days of work in a single day, and sometimes I get stuck, so I literally don't have the mental energy to do anything, not even get out of bed, and I have to do it by pure willpower. Then sorry. I mean, so Noble, so Totem, the way what this sounds to me is that, yeah, maybe man, you're just lacking some life balance, right? Maybe you're just lacking a bit of air, a bit of not coding, right? Because it seems to me that your how would I say it? It seems to me that your habits are not shaped up well, right? It doesn't, right? You're never supposed to do, and also, I mean, it's hard to calculate how much work one can do in 1 day or 5 days, right? But instead of doing a work for 5 days in 1 day, well, do the 5 days of work in 5 days, right? That's maybe your problem, right? Nobody is supposed to, right? The main thing that we... Yeah, for sure, Van den Nobel. That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, it's important. We're not robots, right? We get mentally exhausted, and that's the whole point. Physical exercise helps a lot. I mean, I bike approximately 70-80 kilometers every week, you know, just to get to work and back, and even that I feel helps me. Then I take my kid for a walk, and my wife, whatever. So it's about balance. I mean, when people say work-life balance, it's not a bullshit, right? It's not some invented term, right? Like, oh, Like, what are you talking about? Truly, to be best version of yourself, you need to bring yourself to the physical and mental state to be the best self. And there's that saying in healthy, you know, like that Latin thing, in healthy body, healthy spirit, right? So if your body isn't healthy, then your mind cannot be healthy. And it's quite the opposite, actually. Psychologically, you can see a lot of mental manifestations on people's bodies. So people are gonna get obese, they're gonna get cramped, their muscles are gonna hurt, they're gonna have hard time breathing. All of this also can be a part of your mental health. So it's kind of funny how body and mind are completely connected. And oftentimes, you know, if you're messed in your mind, your body is gonna react to that. And if your body is weak, your mind is gonna react to it. So it's kind of, so that's why people say you need to, that's why it's important to be balanced, right? You cannot just sit and write code, right, and expect to be happy, because what is code, man? This job that we do is the dumbest job ever invented in humankind. But like, I can't wait that we get, you know, just like completely automated by AI. You're sitting writing some shitty characters, man, that like, so this cannot be something that fulfills your life solely, right? You have to have other means of happiness. Otherwise, if you put all the money in one bucket in one place, that's a huge risk, right? So this has nothing to do with ADHD or this or that, right? Right? So you know, writing good code is not like right. Okay. Yeah. What is a good code? Can you tell us? Can you show me an example of good code and bad code? Yes, but what is that? Are you saying that you are doing that? Yeah, there you go, man. That Dhoni, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Yep. That's pretty much it. Yes, right? No random potato, right? We don't, I mean, I don't accept shallow statements in this stream, man. I'm kind of sick of that bullshit, man. Yeah, but where is it? Show me that code, man. Show me that repository on the planet that exists. You're sharing some theory, man, that somebody said somewhere. Show me that code. Show me that code and that company that has perfectly artistically written code. Like what the fuck does that mean? The code is like an art. Show me that realistically. We can talk theory all day long. Show me the code that you wrote that everybody can now read with low effort, right? What is the point of those statements, man? Like, there's so many influencers, YouTube stars, Twitter gods, streamers, like, oh, I only write perfect code. Well, where is it? I've yet in 16 years of my life haven't seen the perfect code base where you just open it and it just sings to you like a little butterfly, right? Like, right? It's like, no, it's just like you always hear this shit, man. Like, there's this perfect artistic code. Where, man? Show me. Show me that repository in your career where you worked, where you and your developers wrote that code. It's like, what is the point of those things, right? It's just ridiculous, man. I've worked with, probably in my life, hundreds of developers by now, and I haven't seen artistic code yet. So right, it's like, what is this crap, man? Like we need to get rid of this influencer. Some dude on YouTube said, oh, right. I mean, come on, man. Like, let's not sell fog here, right? I call that selling fog, right? So there's no point in doing. There's no such thing as perfect code, because code inherently isn't perfect, and it's not supposed to be perfect. That's like, nothing in life is actually perfect, no matter the profession, right? There's no best code, man, because inherently you would have to have people who don't make mistakes, right? A Laravel project is an example. Okay. Come on. Let's not say shallow things here. Regarding mental well-being, people bodies are weak nowadays because of habits, and that's a common problem nowadays. But let's not forget that emotions are when you regulate everything, and you can do it naturally. Regulate emotions without drugs, addiction, including. Yeah, exactly. It's just that we live the lives which are full of side effects, which are full of notifications, which are full of all sorts of things, and I found my biggest piece is in my family. I have a wife and a kid, and for example, that's what I think. That's what I genuinely think. I genuinely think that family, for most people in life, is the thing that brings prosperity and peace of mind. Right? When you wake up and your little kid kisses you, hugs you, right, etc., etc. So for me, and I think for most people, this is true. For some people, it might not be, sure, but I think that's what the family gives you. Balance, right? It gives you some other meaning than just, you have other reasons to do things than than just yourself, right? Because it's very hard to stay motivated by your own self for your whole life, right? But when you have that kid, when you have a wife or kids, right? That for me it makes a huge difference, right? So I don't know. That's at least what worked for me. Nice, Donnie. That's very nice, man. That's super nice. Let's see, is there any? I work from the office full time, and for me, I mean, I could not imagine to not be with my colleagues, right? Sometimes I work remotely, but also this is one of the things. So, you know, before all of this hype about remote work, I spent almost 5 years working remotely before the corona and all of that. And that was the last time that I was willing to do it in my life, because it was the most strangest period of my life. And I know that a lot of people today, they're very like, yeah, remote work is the best and stuff, but also that's not good for well-being of most people, because when you go to the office, right, you're not just going to the office is a waste of life. Well, I actually feel really bad that you're feeling like that. Then you must have a really shitty job, right? And then you probably must be really bad with people, right? But every single person, senior or junior, especially if you're junior, you should be going to the office, right? So you should be talking to people, you should be developing your soft skills, your social skills, because as you grow in your career, as your career grows, your actual social and soft skills increase exponentially in value, and your coding skills diminish almost on a yearly basis, right? And what do you do at home? So what it is that you do at home that's different? So, okay, so let's say that, yeah, you go to the office, you eat, you take coffee. So what it is that you actually do at home that's different? So you wake up, you sit in your fucking pajama, right, in your chair, and you don't drink coffee, you don't eat. You can go to gym after work as well. You can also go to gym before work, right? That has nothing to do with the office. You can also go to the gym in the middle of the day if you want, if you're going to the office. You just randomly pick up the kid in the middle of the day from somewhere. So when do you work, man? Do you do any work in your profession? I'm not talking about productivity. Like, let's don't misunderstand me. Thank you very much for the follow. So, I'm not talking about productivity. Productivity is an individual thing, right? Where you're producing from is one thing. Here we're talking about mental health, right? And naturally we are social beings, right? We are meant to be working together, right? So for the most people, it's healthy to go to the office. And when I say go to the office, because there are some very... So you know what's the biggest problem with the arguments that people who don't want to work from the office make? For example, you have a lot of people who say, what the fuck, dude, I'm living 2 hours away from the office. Now I'm gonna save 4 hours away. So, okay, that's a valid point. But keep in mind that majority of people, especially in Europe, they don't live 4 hours away from their office. I live... So you get what I mean. So that argument is flawed. Maybe you should find a job that's closer to where you live, right? But either way, right? Let's imagine we accept that. Then we have a person here, this random potato dev, who is talking about doing laundry, going to the gym, picking up their kids randomly in the middle of the day, right? You can do all of that when you're working from the office as well. So that's also a flawed argument, right? Now the like... It's not, no, certainly. So nobody, I'm not suggesting one or the other, right? The discussion before some of you maybe joined was about mental health, right? And I think that if you wanna, especially if you're a junior developer, right? If you wanna actually learn to be a professional, you need to be amongst people. If you're a senior developer, right? That might apply a little bit less, but if you've never worked in your career, you need to learn how to work with people, how to listen, how to disagree, how to read the emotions, how to be right with the same people, right? So if you're a junior developer, you definitely don't want to sit at your home because you're not just learning how to code, right? Because think about it, like as AI is more advanced when it comes to programming skills, this is not a matter of opinion of mine, this is a factual thing, we can already see that. As the importance of technical skills diminish, and it does diminish on yearly basis, even less now because of AI, the soft skills are going to be more and more required. And it has always been the case. The most amazing developers at Google and Facebook and all of those places, the most amazing managers are those people that people are willing to go to and talk to them. And those are all soft skills. And this is not, again, not a matter of, this is also a factual thing. Talk to any high grade, I'm also a manager at my company, right? So those skills is something you can't develop just by staring at the screen and not talking to people, right? Like, so this is not to neglect that I work remotely from time to time when I don't know, I have also sick kid at home, whatever, right? But I mean, this discussion started about mental health, and probably, right, you want to try to put yourself with people if you're having those issues, right? But because maybe someone out there can become your friends, help you out, talk you out of something, etc., right? But yeah, I think the discussion kind of went a little bit random now. We have diverged from a lot of things. I don't even know what we're actually talking about, right? Well, random potato, I think that says more about you, man, than about your colleagues, right? Well, I mean, then you guys are in a very sad place, right? Then I feel bad for you, right? It either says more about you or the country you live in, or, right? Well, okay, well, that's not how it works here. Yeah, that's not how it works here, yeah. Not all of us need to develop or can develop soft skills. Not all of us need to develop or can develop soft skills. I'm an introvert person. Okay. So this sentence here, let me just... So not all of us need to develop or can develop soft skill. It's a lie we keep telling ourselves for ages. I'm an introvert person. I mean, this is an incredibly depressing point of view, right? you can use this framework of thought for anything. Not all of us need to. What can I tell you in that, right? If that's how you feel, right? What can I say, right? Right. I think a lot of people here, with many exceptions, of course, are very. When you start programming, when you're a junior, you obviously are all into programming and stuff. You think, right? Of course. Not all of us need to cook. Well, I mean, it's true that some of you might never become good at talking and stuff. As long as you understand what's the consequence of that, right? So as long as you understand the consequence of that, that's perfectly fine, right? You will never evolve over a specific role if you don't get there, right? And as Random Potato said, this is very true. This is the gist of it. He's 100% right. You never get promoted as a good coder. All managers are not good coders, and this is 100% true. So it's completely, of course, if you're gonna embrace into this very depressing view, how I am as I am and I will never change, that's up to you. If you want to be stuck in your mind, be so, right? But remember, you're not gonna be only stuck in your mind. You're gonna be stuck in every other place as well, right? I find that incredibly childish and depressing point of view. Is like, I'm an introvert, hence I can simply not change, right? Well, why do you even live, man? Just like, you know, if you're just like, if that's your point of view, is like, yeah, that's just how the things are. And Alexander, I have a question. What made you start? It's like, oh, I'm fat and useless. I should not even try to not be fat. It's like, it's just what it is, you know. Very positive approach to life, for sure. Alexander, I have a question. What made you start streaming and how did you feel when you started? What made you start streaming? I honestly don't remember. I just wanted to build this programmer network, and I asked myself, well, let's imagine that I build this platform. How do I get the people to it? And then I realized, well, what if I stream? A bunch of people will probably sign up as I'm streaming and blah, blah, blah. But the reason why I continued streaming is just this, right? Calvin, well, that makes no sense, man. That's where you're wrong. What you're saying is literally wrong on every single level. Because every programmer, every CTO today was a programmer. Every tech lead is a programmer. Every team lead is a programmer. So what you just said makes absolutely zero sense. Zero. It's not just inaccurate, it's just makes zero sense. So it's just wrong. So it's like most CEOs on the planet are actual engineers, right? But why do you get better at anything, man? You are, maybe, and that's probably with that mindset what you're gonna stay, yes. So basically, people like you are people who are gonna get replaced by the AI. So this is literally, I've seen this mentality 20 years ago. So if you stick to that mentality, you have no idea how quickly you're gonna become useless and irrelevant, right? Because the only value that you provide right now is some shitty code. I think you're probably one of those developers who gets the tasks on his Kanban board and then executes, right? I'm probably right, based on what you're saying, and that's fine for now. But sooner or later, when the domain level knowledge, right, is required, when you have to talk to a customer, etc., you will simply remove yourself from this equation, right? Because your job isn't to write code. Your job is, that's a side effect. Your job is to build products for people to use, right? So, but you will either on your own or hard way understand that. So you don't have to agree with me. I don't expect everybody to agree with my bullshit, and that's not why we are here. But that mentality is going to take you nowhere, right? You cannot be a CTO if you haven't written code. That makes no sense. You cannot be CTO if you haven't followed trends, if you don't know. So, right, that's impossible. You cannot be an architect who doesn't write code. That's pointless. That's impossible, right? What would you say? What would you say is a good way to start changing? Well, you first have to want to change. You first have to understand, right? Have you ever thought about one's desire of becoming? You don't become CTO. That's not something you just become. That's something that you get yourself to, for the most part, right? You found your own company, then you're the person who knows the most technical stuff in there, right? But in order to change, you need to actually be willing to change, right? To get out of your butthole, right? To develop some self-awareness, and right. So yeah, so that's really how it is, and that's just how it is, right? Let's see if there's more stuff. Have you ever thought about? And I mean, this Vim guy, I mean, I don't, Totem, just tell me one thing. I've noticed that people are often very open to saying that somebody works for Netflix or whatever. Why does this matter? Why do you think that his opinion matters more because he works for Netflix, Totem? I'm just, it's a genuine question. Why does it matter where he works, right? It's not that those companies are somehow superior to anyone else. Like, why does it matter where he works, right? Who cares that he works for Netflix? I mean, there's nothing really special about working at Google or Netflix. Of course, there's super tiny exceptions if you're, top core of Google product of building it. But why does it matter that he works for Netflix, right? I mean, I don't think that makes his opinion less or more valuable, right? I mean, I have watched this stream a couple of times. It's a lot of fucking bullshit as well, right? It's a lot of random stuff. It's very childish for the most part. That stream is actually very childish. You have bunch of freaks in the chat. Just yeah. I mean, he works at Netflix. Cool. I mean, you can work at Netflix if you wish as well. Prepare for an interview and you're gonna work there. It's not rocket science, right? So I wouldn't use those things. Like, I've seen those people on LinkedIn saying ex-Googler and stuff, right? Yeah, 100% Kellen. With that, we agree, right? I don't care, man. A lot of those people are, I mean, yeah, right. But again, so my point was that you're gonna reach a point in your career at one point where you will not be able to progress without skills which are not just coding, right? That's the point. If you're a junior developer, mid-level, indeed, it's true, you really wanna develop those skills, you wanna become better at some of those tools, right? But sooner or later, when you have to be given more responsibility, nobody will give you this responsibility if you're not approachable, right? Because the secret really is, how do you get yourself to be approachable, right? And you do that by developing yourself in a way so other people feel that you are the person they can go to, right? This is how you become a good team lead. This is how you become a good tech lead, CTO, whatever. Is that you put yourself in there, and you're not just technically great, but you're also great in talking to, elaborating things, right? So that's why if you cannot call yourself an engineer if you're not articulated, elaborative, if you don't ask the right questions, right? So just like in this chat here, the first question I always ask you guys is why, right? What is the value? What is the outcome? Those are the questions that you should be teach yourself to ask, and also teach yourself to ask in a good way, in a non-offensive way, right? So that's basically, in a nutshell, is what it means to lead a team in a technical way. Is like challenge the technical decisions, challenge some certain other things, but still being approachable, right? So not being like, oh my fucking god, who wrote this shit? Versus, oh wow, okay, I can see that you did this way. Have you actually thought about doing it this way? Blah, blah, blah. You get what I mean, right? So those are the skills that nobody likes to work with an idiot, right? Yeah, Matty, but that's also, then it's questionable how senior that person is, right? Because keep in mind, the position senior, junior, god, right, whatever, those are very subjective things. What might be a senior in your company might be mid-level or junior in another. Because you cannot call yourself senior and have a narrow, super narrow, deep in your asshole type of opinions. You have to be open. You have to try at least to be an engineer, right? You have to keep that little zone in your brain at least open to hear other opinions. And if you're not, then you're not a senior. It's as simple as that.
Basement dweller alert. Welcome Carleen _ my _ name.
Yeah, Maddie, sure. However you define it, right? Don't take me wrong, right? Okay, asking the right questions. If a colleague asks you for help and you know a possible solution, how do you point them in the right direction? What's your way to show them a good way to find a sustainable solution? I mean, the thing is, one huge mistake that many managers make is they protect the code base too much and they don't allow people to fail, right? So for example, if we're talking about juniors, you cannot, as a senior, come to a junior every single time and tell them the solution, like, this is how you should do it. Because that person is always going to feel inferior and they will never actually be able to build anything. So your job is not to protect that code base. Your job is, so you need to let less experienced people fail time to time, because that's where they learn, right? So instead of coming to someone and saying, I have the solution, this now of course depends on the context and who the person is and blah, blah, blah. Right? But you have to let people fail, right? You cannot expect that someone who has 10 years less experience than you can think and do the same thing as yourself, right? So you have to let people fail, right? And when I say fail, I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean fail to learn, to understand something. So you can kind of, and then afterwards you can say, okay, well, this is what I was thinking, blah, 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 right? How do you cope with people that are not trying enough? I understand that it's very hard for some people to develop curiosity. I'm talking about a question that I have answered. Well, I think, Kellen, I think you could ask that question in reverse. Why do you care? Like, I mean, this is so a lot of younger people often, and I wish that when I was a lot younger I knew this, but you should really from early days of your work and professional career, you should just try to teach yourself to mind your own business, right? And if there's a problem, you know, bring it up with your manager, whatever, and that's where you're done, right? This is where you're done, right? You cannot, if you try to change the organization from the point of where you are, you will only make yourself very depressed. So you can only really, and this is unfortunate. I mean, I'm a realist, right? I'm not a pessimist or optimist. I just try to be real. Until you build yourself up in an organization when people trust your competence, you will always going to be looked, there's no better solution. The only solution for you, Kellen, is to let go of that, right? So you tell to yourself, look, I tried to influence the change, I shared my perspective, my opinion, and only thing you can do is move on. Because if you don't move on, because everyone else is moving on already, it's just you that's standing there, right? So you did it and stop it. Don't, because I've been in those situations, man, many times. You go for a beer after work with colleagues, you gossip. Why are we doing this like this? Why are we not doing this like this? Don't do that, right? Share your opinion and move on, right? And at one point in time, if your values don't align with the company, organization, how the organization does, quit the job and find another one. right? It is, and again, I don't want. It might sound a little bit negative or depressing, and maybe it is, but it's just how it is. You will not change the trajectory of the whole company, right? Of the entire company, entire organization. So if your CTO is unable to set some guidelines and standards, if you are not able to do that on your team level, then you can just ask yourself, okay, I am in this company. What can I get the best for myself? So I'm working in this company. Instead of spending my energy in a wrong places, let me see what it is that I can gain for myself the most while I'm here. What can I learn? Which people can I stick to ask questions, right? And that's really it, right? That's the best you can do for yourself, right? Otherwise, you're gonna feel, and again, you will feel desperate, not others. So if there is somebody who doesn't perform well, that's really not your problem, right? No, man, Kellen, it's fine, dude. Like, we don't have to agree all the time, man. No need to apologize. I mean, if anything, I'm sorry, right? Sako, I love you, man. See you soon. So, no, it's lately, something has happened in my team I work in. We used to do engineering things. Wait, this fucking cursor is here, man. How do I... Yeah, let me just read a few more questions. Or statements, rather. I don't know, Alex. Lately, something has happened. The team I work, we used to do engineering things. A tech lead came, and at the beginning, I proposed that the clarity we were working the Angular to use async pipe instead of doing nested subscribe. And his answer was to return to promises. I didn't even know about async. You can figure. Well, this is the NSD. This is the problem of your organization, and this is the problem of that person. So keep in mind, like, I'm a tech lead in my team, but I'm not a boss of anyone. So I think the problem, NSD, in your team is that your organization doesn't actually define and understand what a tech lead is. Tech lead isn't the person that makes technical decisions, that goes to the team and says, no, this is what we're gonna do. Of course, you can do that simply by proposing things which are better. I do that in my team all the time, but I don't say we do this. I propose the solution which is just great, that people say, actually, man, that's super good. And there are countless times that when somebody else does that, and my job is to also say, yes, that's actually super great. So the tech lead isn't the person that has to always have the best technical solutions. It's the person that's supposed to take whoever suggests the best one and say, actually, that's great. So that guy that you guys got probably misunderstood his role and also his character. I mean, I'm not gonna let myself to shit on someone that I don't know. So let me not. I cannot say anything bad about someone that I don't know. But I can only assume, based on your messages, that his perception of his position is wrong, right? And he's not gonna last very long as a lead if he does that, because if you don't trust your lead, he is gonna. It's not you guys. He's gonna have a very miserable job with you guys if he does those types of things, where simply the team disagrees. That's always a huge path to failure. It's a huge path to failure. So again, his job isn't to order you guys what to do. His job is to appear, and hopefully is the more experienced person who is able to guide technical discussions and then pick and choose from your ideas, from someone else's ideas, because none of us are, I mean, just because you're a tech lead, it's like the same in my situation. Just because I'm a tech lead doesn't mean that I know everything best. That's silly to assume, right? I mean, right? But at least you should be there with your experience to be able to say, okay, well, you know, and I don't know how your organization works. I don't know if you have a product manager, blah, 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 right? But he's going to have a very hard time if he makes decisions like this. I think that's why, unfortunately, managers get themselves into a place where it actually becomes really uncomfortable for them. Because you and your team, you're going to be gossiping the guy probably and stuff soon if he keeps doing that, right? So, yeah. I had a tech lead that I loved for being so optimistic, convinced me that there is always a solution. I mean, of course, we're all different, right? We all have different perceptions of each other, etc., 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 right? So of course, not all of us like the same type of personality. There are many ways to lead a team or to right. There's not a right. But fundamentally, if you are look, if you are a manager of any kind, CTO, CEO, CTO, team lead, tech lead, there's always one fundamental thing. The core thing, if you do this right, you're gonna do the job great. And that is that you work for your team. It's not vice versa. And you have two type of people. You have two type of people on this earth. Either those who are managers and who think that they have people working under them, and then you have managers who work for their team. So you as a tech lead, team lead, manager, it should be your core desire to make the best out of your team, to enable each and every single individual to be best, ask them what they need, go on one-on-one with them and try to really make them good. Not try to trash them or whatever, but try to make them better individuals, right? So that is the difference. And if you want to be a good manager, you have to understand that you work for your team, not vice versa. If you're the most experienced person, you're the one who wants to make others better, right? So you have the genuine desire to make people better, right? If you're the other type, you're gonna fail almost always. If you're this type who expects implicit respect based on nothing and like all those people work under me, you will fail always, almost, right? If you don't do this, you failed, right? If you're a tech lead, team lead, and you don't do this stuff, you failed already, right? And that's it, right? And then of course, if you're not a tech lead, if you're not a lead of any kind, you also have to change your own perception. Because again, it's always easy to sit 500 kilometers away from making decisions and shit on people who make decisions. So you also have to open your mind a bit and realize that people who make decisions also make mistakes. Because we can't, I have a feeling oftentimes that we expect people who have to make more decisions than someone else that are gonna be flawless, right? So we also have to show some sympathy as well for those people who have to make all people work together, right? So you get what I mean? So it's like if you have a tech lead, a team lead, try to give them a break as well, man. Try to put yourself in that position and say, well, how would I make those 10 people work together, right? Because I mean, if you have 5 people, 10 people in the team, there's always going to be one person that's unhappy. It's like impossible to make everybody happy. That's like impossible, right? It's just so hard. I mean, you go find a boyfriend, a girlfriend, have children, and you always, one of the 3, 4 from the house is always going to have something to complain about, right? Yeah, for sure. I mean, absolutely. Sometimes they're just bad intentions and bad people. But I mean, we need to take both things in consideration. We cannot just expect that you're going to have some sort of a manager who's going to be flawless, who's not going to make a mistake, who's not going to do something, hopefully unintentionally, that's bad. Come on. I mean, those who make decisions, in order to make any decisions, you have to make mistakes. Otherwise, you would never make any decisions, right? At home, you must be a dictator. Sometimes, yeah. My biggest problem is that I'm too... for me, reality and rationale is everything in life, right? Because most things in life are actually logical if you bring yourself to the point of huge self-awareness. Because most people read books like, how do I lose weight? How do I stop smoking? How do I this, that? But everybody knows the answer, right? It's just avoiding reality constantly, right? It's like... So a lot of those things are very simple, but you have to think. In order to be able to do anything, you have to think. And sometimes we encapsulate ourselves in our own ideologies, our own opinions, that we don't think. We just stop, right? So...
I just see myself, I literally was zoning out thinking about all this other stuff, listening to this song, and that's what...
Democratically choosing a car with a 5-year-old. Yeah, give me a second. What is this shit, man? What the fuck are we listening, man? What is this crap? Okay, let's see. Let's see if there's anything more to discuss. Yeah, like let me read a book on my couch on how to lose weight. All right, cool. Makes complete sense. Complete and total sense. Yes. Definitely gonna help me. 100%. Where the hell is my chat? Oh, my chat. Dude, where? What? Where? I lost the chat, man. Oh. How does one deal with a boss that starts shouting? You don't deal with that, man. You don't deal with that. You quit your job or whatever, right? You don't shout at other people. That's idiotic in every possible way, right? So you don't. You cannot deal with that. Yeah. You should either talk to. You should either talk to someone above that person, but you don't. You should never look, guys. Just simple logic. You should never shout on anybody, right? But I'm gonna. You will not solve that, right? Like, again, this is like with abusive. Like that's like when you know, a guy beats up his wife and he tells her, "Sorry, I'm never gonna do it again. Just don't leave me. I'll never do it again." But he always does it again, right? So it's like somebody who does this, they inherently are just shitty people in that sense. So if somebody yells at some other person, that rarely changes, right? You cannot change that, right? Sure, it can happen to all of us that we just explode. You know, we had a hard year, hard month, we are dealing with some issues. I get that. But if this happens twice, you don't solve it, right? It's not solvable, right? So you just quit. Or you talk to someone, but yeah. It's like living in a toxic relationship, pretty much. 100% Callan, yes. Toxic work culture is hard. Well, that is the thing, right? So let me tell you one thing, right? So let's talk about culture just for a second, because what I've seen in my career, right? What I've seen, hear me out for a second, right? So the biggest problem with statements about toxic culture, right, is that. So let me ask all of you guys, what have you done this Friday, Thursday, Saturday? What have you done past year to make the culture where you work better? Because for me, culture is everything. I love to go to work every day, you know, be in the office, because we have built a beautiful company. Dream Data truly is a beautiful company. But let me tell you one thing. I've put a lot of effort myself past 3 years to make that culture relaxed. People can fuck around. So the question is, right, because the biggest problem is that a lot of people expect culture, but they don't do anything to make that culture better. So ask yourself, what have you done? Because a lot of, when I go to LinkedIn, I just keep reading toxic culture, toxic culture, toxic culture. But then what have we all individually are culture, right? So we all have to, you cannot just join a company and expect a culture, right? Don't take me wrong, I'm not saying literally that you haven't done anything, any of you, but I'm saying don't forget that culture isn't a given thing. Culture isn't an object that you put in the office and it's standing there, right? Relationships aren't, you get what I mean? It's the ongoing dynamic thing that you have to work on. So we cannot expect culture. Culture is something we all have to be part of. And of course, if you're unlucky and you get an organization that just failed, then I get that, I agree, right? But don't forget that even if you're working in a place where there is great culture, that's something that you have to maintain constantly. Because a lot of people, most people that go to work, they just go, they sit by their tables, and that's their effort. They go have lunch. But yeah, if you want to have culture, you have to give it up as well. You have to try. You have to not just expect that, and it's the same in relationships, man. You cannot find a person and put no effort, right? Whatever, right? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I am. I really love going to work. We have built beautiful, super nice people, good people. we fuck around, we swear, we troll each other, we laugh together, we drink together sometimes, right? And we do a great work. And of course that I would not be incentivized to go to the office if it wasn't like that. But I want to say the culture didn't create itself. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of work, right? That's the most part, right? That most important part, right? All right, let's see if there's give me 1 second, actually. We're fucking. We're definitely not fucking. I can tell you on that. And shut up, fucking asshole. He had to pull that out of context, bastard. Let's just switch to this, maybe. Where's my chat? Here. Wait, let me try putting it back into this thing. Oh no, wait. YouTube. All right, beautiful. Give me a second here. That's why we like going to the office, yeah. You know what? We could try playing some guitar. Give me a second. We could try playing some guitar. 1 moment. Didn't I promise that? Didn't I? Let's try. I don't know if it's gonna work though. Wait. I can actually make it work with a. Give me a second. Yeah, give me a second, Fox. Give me 1 second. I need to turn off this music, and then you guys gonna tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear the guitar? Oh shit, it's out of tune. With my left ear. On one ear. Okay, so it's okay, we're gonna fix that in a moment. Wait, let's actually configure this together. Let's go here. We need to tune the guitar as well, so give me a second. Yeah, it's out of tune. Give me 1 moment. So let's go here. Can you hear it now?
Basement dweller alert. Welcome BTC to you.
All right, let's tune it. Still 1 ear. Okay. That sucks. We're gonna fix that hopefully. Wait. Oh shit. I'm using a Focusrite. Okay, so that's almost tuned, let's say. All right. Okay, let's see, because we need to figure this one out now. Okay, so let's see, mixer, mic, this one here, right? Wait a minute. What about now? All right, now it's fine, you're saying. Okay, let's try to play something. Is this too loud? Can you hear it? too quiet, okay? 1 sec. What about now? Is it good? Is it too loud? A bit too loud. Okay, okay, wait. What about now? Let me mute my microphone. Wait. Let's try to play some backing track. Let's say 10 words Joe Satriani. I'm gonna play something simple now, okay? And then you guys tell me if you can hear it, okay? And tell me if it's out of sync. It shouldn't be, but let's see. Lower the guitar slightly or up the... Wait. Let's do it. So, give me a second. Let's try that again, and you guys tell me. I forgot it. Fuck, I fucked it up. All right, let's try something else. Let's play Master of Puppets. Fuck you guys. Yeah, it's just can't do it now randomly. Let's try something else. And let me know if it's too loud. A ring. Yeah. How does it sound? I'll need to listen it. Is it like shitty? Like, because we need to configure it, because I don't know how it sounds, and I also don't hear it here well. Sounds good to me. All right, let's try something else. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Shit, I'm sorry for that. Give me a second. Poor ears, I know. Let's go clean. All right, let's play something a little bit not so loud, right? Give me 1 second. All right, wait. You can hear it. You can hear it well, right? This is called "Tears in the Rain" by Joe Satriani. Give me a second. Full camera. Ah, shit. Yep, that's the song. That's the whole song. Is that Jumbo? Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right. What else should we play? And I guess you guys can hear it, right? Very low. What about now? You don't always have to fuck her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do. Sometimes you got to make some love and fucking give her some smooches too. Sometimes you got to squeeze. Sometimes sometimes you got to say please, and sometimes you got to say, hey, I'm gonna fuck you softly. I'm gonna screw you gently. I'm gonna hump you sweetly. I'm gonna scream. And then you say, I don't know how it goes, but I think some people know the song. Yeah. Someone falls to pieces, sleeping all alone. Someone feels the pain, sitting in a silence. She finally drifts away. Someone gets excited in a chapel yard, catches a bouquet. Now there is a dozen white roses on the ground. Hey, self is all what you can do. Hey, the big self is all what you can do. Ah, mix. Fuck. That's not good. Wait. Ah, then it probably sounds like shit. Give me a second. Then it's probably disgusting. Wait, microphone. Yeah. What about now? What about now? La 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 la. All good? All good? Okay. Should we try that? Sing that again? Yeah, but the reverb is like super. Should we try it again? Someone falls to pieces, sleeping all alone. Someone kills the pain, spinning in a silence. She finally drifts away. Someone gets excited in a chapel yard, catches a bouquet. Now there is a dozen white roses on a grave. Is it breaking now? There is a house in New Orleans they call Rising Sun. Okay. I remember the chord. Oh, many a poor boy ain't got. Ah, okay, the delay. I get it. Yeah, because the mic is now picking up the guitar as well. Yeah. I don't remember. Won't you know my name? How is it? Won't you know my name? No. Won't you know my name? I don't remember. No, I don't. I mean, I generally play electric guitar. I just bought this for my kid when I sing him before bed in the night. But I'm mostly playing instrumental. Would you know my name? Yeah, I don't remember. What else could we play? I don't know actually. We can play some electric a bit and then we can round it up. Give me a second. Give me a moment. All right. All right. Let's play a bit of this more. Okay, let's reduce the volume so you guys, I don't kill you. All right. Let me know if it's too loud. All right, let's play some old stuff, super old stuff. Wait, let's say, I think it's this one. Wait. It's not good. It's not good. Wait. Wait. There's a better backing track than this. There's the one when where they sing. Wait, because you guys can't hear this, right? Give me a moment. There's a better one, I think. Oh yeah, found it. Wait. One sec. Found it. Enough. All right, is there something else? Let's play one more and I have to go. Wait, let's play. Yeah, I do. But we can, it's good. I mean, I'm very happy. Many of you have asked if when I can play. No, it's just like, it's good that now I know it works. So I'm happy now. Let's play Always With Me, Always With You. that's enough. But I hope some of it at least sounded decent. Again, this is just plug and play instantly, so... But if it sounds even decent like this, we can make it sound really good. I've never streamed music to... it's called Always With Me, Always With You, Joe Satriani. So yeah, we can... yeah, I just wanted to break the ice, because a lot of you have asked a lot of times, like, hey, Alex, when can you play? So I think, yeah. Yeah. But there's the last one for the end. That's it, fellas. I think it's a good time to end the stream, and I hope you had fun. I did indeed, and thank you for pushing me to plug this in the stream. I would have never thought of doing that, and let's call it a day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna have a long stream tomorrow, so if you're around, come by. Tonight I'm gonna drink wine with my wife, and actually someone, it seems, has oh, somebody has actually paid the Patreon. So whoever it is, thank you very much. Matty, 25 euros. Matty, wow. Dude, thank you, buddy. That's thanks, man. Seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Matty, Rebecca, all of you guys. No worries, man. No worries. I wish you best. I wish you well. Thank you for hanging out with me. No worries, Numinex. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Peace out. Peace out, fellas. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye. Cheers. Bye-bye. Peace out. Thank you, guys. Thank you.